Alright guys, welcome back to another video, man. Today we're gonna go ahead and take a look at a stock, Eli Lilly, which is a pharmaceutical company. So get ready for some free game. We're about to get it. Alright, so this is my portfolio, guys. I just wanted to show this to you guys real quickly. Overall time, I'm up 7.41%, and the total value now is $30,252.86. I have been aggressively funding the account. I would say I try to put anywhere from, $500 to probably, $1,000 a week if it's available. So every time I get some extra cash, I just try to pump the account with some funds to try and keep this growing. And the whole purpose of this portfolio, this is my retirement nest egg. This is what I hope to fund, and eventually someday I'll be able to live off the dividends. I'm going off the principles of compound interest. Hopefully, based on what I'm the path that I'm on now, by the time I get to, I would say 50, I should be able to live off the dividends that this account produces. All right. So if we scroll down here, I have the accounts organized in a list fashion right now, and the stocks are grouped together based on different segments. So the first segment here, we have ETFs. I have 3 stocks. Then after the ETFs, we have the aerospace segment. I also have 3 stocks. The ITA stock starts the aerospace segment, but it's also an ETF. And it's an ETF that covers pretty much aerospace and military defense. Then we have Airbus, and then we have Boeing. So what we're going to do is, because today we're taking a look at Eli Lilly, we're going to scroll down to the pharmaceutical section, which is right here. We have Lilly. I have 5 shares. So let's go ahead and click on that. And as you can see, right now I have 5 shares invested. My equity value is $567.65. And so far, I'm up $2.50. If we look at the growth chart over the past week, it's up 0.51%. A month, it is up 6.07%. The last 3 months, it's up 0.56%. A year, it's up 2.82%. And over a 5-year period, it's up 71.88%. So this stock is pretty much doing pretty decent. All right, so let's look at some stats right here. It opened at 112.65. The 52-week high is 132.13. So I actually bought it well below the 52-week high. The market cap on this company is $109 billion. So it's obviously a large cap company, which gives the stock some level of stability. As far as dividends is concerned, they only pay 1.94%, which is not that much. Analyst ratings here suggest that 47 recommend you buy, 53% recommend you hold, and 0% recommend that you sell this stock. The economic moat of this pharmaceutical company is wide. It says here the fair value of the stock is $117. If we go and we look at the last 4 quarters, they have beat the earnings per share, I would say, over the last 3 quarters. So we have Q3, they've beat earnings there. Q2, they've beat earnings. And Q1, they've beat earnings as well. So they're actually doing pretty decent so far. All right, as you guys can see, I previously had 1 share of this stock and I sold it. And I actually sold it at a loss because I bought it at $85.32 and I actually sold it at $81.98. And that was actually when I just started doing investing on Robinhood, and I was not really that versed at, researching these companies, looking at the right information. And so I sold it. Fast forward to today, I just bought these 5 shares this week. The stock is up to $113.03 at the time that I purchased. And currently it's at 113.53. All right. So let's go ahead and hop on over to the web browser, and we're going to go ahead and just take a look at some basic information on their website. All right. So we're on the Eli Lilly website right now. All right. So if we look on the Eli Lilly website right here, it's pulled up on my mobile phone. You have a menu here. You have information about who we are, and that's just information on the company. They have a segment for Kieran, then they have a segment for Discovery, which I'm assuming has to do with research and development. Then they have their product section. They have careers, and then they have investor information. This is where you can go and you can look at the annual reports and the quarterly reports. You could download the information in the format of a PDF and just go over the information for you. I just went ahead and did something a little bit easier, which is just to search the value here on Google. So when you search Eli Lilly and you put value after the word, it pops up this information right here, which is pretty much information provided by Google Finance. All right, so it says Eli Lilly and Company is an American pharmaceutical company headquartered in Indianapolis, Indiana, with offices in 18 countries. Its products are sold in approximately 125 countries. The company was founded in 1876 by and named after Colonel Eli Lilly, a pharmaceutical chemist and a veteran of the American Civil War. And this information is pulled up by Wikipedia. It shows the current state of the stock when the market closed earlier today, which was on the 8th of November. It closed at 113.53. And if we scroll down here, we can see information on the last 4 quarters. All right, so I would say going back to the first quarter, that's December 2018, and we have March 2019, we have June 2019, and the last quarter reported was September 2019. All right, so it shows here that revenue is $5.48 billion. The net income was $1.25 billion, and that's up 9%. Also, the revenue is up 3.2% year over year. Diluted EPS, $1.37, and that's up 22.32%. Net profit margin of 22.9%, which is up 5.27% or 5.72%. And we have operating income, $1.56 billion. That's up 5.56%. Net cash is negative $726 million, and that's down 133%. Cash on hand is $1.56 billion, and that's also down 82.55%. And cost of revenue is $1.18 billion. All right. And then it goes on to just show you the different sectors here. Now, one of the things I look at before I go ahead and purchase a stock, I have my own little internal system, and I'll just pull this up here. And I pretty much use this system to determine if the stock is a buy for me. So I have 16 different points which I look at. Each one receives either a score of 1 or a 0. And in the end, when I tally it up, if the buy score is at 8 or better, then it's a go for me. All right, so one of the first things I have on the list here is, does Eli Lilly pay a dividend? Yes, it does. So that received a 1. Is the dividend yield above 3%? No, it is not. And we saw before when we logged into Robinhood that the yield was actually, I'll pull it up now, but the yield is roughly 1.94%. So it does not reach 3%. The next step, so that gets a 0. The next step is, does it increase dividends for 10 years straight or more? So a 10-year plus dividend increase. That also receives a 0. And if we hop on over to the web browser here, I could pull that information up on dividend.com, and it shows here, this is the ticker, LLY, and it shows here the dividend growth has been over the last 4 years. So that receives a 0. Is the dividend yield up and the price is down? Yes. 5-year dividend change above 10%? Yes. And this information you can actually look up here. I'll pull it up in the dividend tracker. And the 5-year dividend change, as you can see here, is 31.63%. We hop on back over to the list. The next point we have here is the price. Is the price below the 52-week high? And yes, when I purchased it, it was at $113.02. And that was actually below the 52-week high, because the 52-week high for this particular stock at the time was 132.13, as you can see here. The next point that I look at is the 5-year stock growth above 20%? And this one received a score of 1, because that is correct. If you look at the 5-year growth on Robinhood here, it shows you over the last 5 years, the stock has gone up 69.9%. So the equity value has gone up 69.9% over the last 5 years. So it's definitely above my requirement here for 20%. The second requirement, it says the 5-year stock, is it above 100%? And that's a 0 or a no. The market cap, is the market cap of this company above 10 billion? Yes, it is. It's 109 billion for the market cap. The enterprise value, is it below the market cap? And no, the enterprise value is not below the market cap. So this actually received a 0. And I just wanted to show you guys something real quick when it comes on to valuing the company based on the market cap. So I'll go ahead and just pull this up here. And what happens is, this is just pretty much going to show you how the enterprise value of the company is calculated. So it says here, it is calculated as the share price multiplied by the number of shares a company has outstanding. That's how you calculate the market cap. So the market cap is the outstanding shares multiplied by the price, and that's how you get the market cap. Now the enterprise value is calculated as the market cap plus whatever debt the company has, and then preferred shares minus the total cash. So pretty much in this case, Lilly is valued at 109 billion. Whatever debt they have added to the company, they would tag that on, and then whatever cash they have available, they would subtract that from those two totals. So it's the market cap plus the debt, and then you subtract the cash on hand. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the market cap for Eli Lilly. So we're going to go ahead and pop on over to the web browser here. And if we scroll over to Yahoo Finance, it says here that the market cap for Eli Lilly is 109 billion, but the enterprise value is 123.3 billion. And pretty much what that means is it shows that the stock is slightly overvalued at this point. That's exactly what that means. Because they take into consideration the fact that the market cap is 109 billion, and then they add the debt that the company has, and if the enterprise value is higher than the market cap, then it means that the company, the stock price is slightly overvalued at this point. It's not crazy. It's not as crazy as, say, if you pulled up something like AT&T, you would see a crazy difference. So it is slightly overvalued, I would say. So as far as going back to my sheet here, for the enterprise value, is it below the market cap? We have a 0 on that. Now, is the stock held by a major bank? So for that, we're going to hop on over again to the Yahoo Finance app. We're going to pull up the stock here. And once you pull the stock up, you go to the details tab. And when you scroll down past sustainability and historical data, the section that we're looking for is the holders. So we click on view all, and we'll see the top institutional holders here. And one of the top institutional holders, if you look down here, it shows it's JP Morgan Chase. So it is held by a major bank. And if we go back, the second requirement here, it says held by a major investment firm. We go back to the app, and it also says here at the top, it is we have shares held by Vanguard. They have 71 million plus shares, and also BlackRock, which has 61 million plus shares. As far as the major bank, we have JP Morgan Chase with 16 million shares. All right. And then we look at the next requirement. Has this stock beat earnings over the last 3 quarters? So we hop on back over to Robinhood to take a look at that. And if we go down here to where it says the Q4 earnings, it shows over the last 3 quarters, the company has beat the EPS. So for Q3, they have beat, and Q2 they have beat, and then Q1 it shows that they've also beat the earnings. The next thing we're going to go ahead and take a look at is, has the CEO presided over 8 EPS beats? And the answer to that is yes. So that receives a 1. The CEO, you can research the information yourself. He has been with the company for a while, and his company has been doing pretty good for some time now. Is the company a monopoly or a duopoly, or does it have some kind of dominant market share? Yes, it does. It's a pharmaceutical company. It creates drugs. When these drugs are created, there's a patent that's placed on the drugs. The time frame for the patent varies, but for the duration of the company having the patent on that drugs, no one else can produce it, or they can't produce any generic drugs. So in this case, as far as a product is concerned, yes, they have dominant products. One of the products that they have currently is a product called Trulicity, and Trulicity is pretty much, it's not insulin, but it's pretty much a once a week injection that allows the body to naturally produce insulin. And they have the patent on this. I believe they'll hold the patent, I would say, for the next couple of years. So that's going to guarantee sales. If you look here, it says in the first 6 months of 2018, Trulicity reaped $1.46 billion in sales, up 71% from a year ago. The Monthly Fool predicts that Trulicity will be the #1 top-selling diabetes drug in the world by 2024, with annual sales of $4.6 billion. So they do have a dominant market share as far as that particular drug, because they're the only ones that can produce it currently, until obviously the patent expires. So dominant market share, we're going to change this to a 1. And the next score is, do they have multiple hit products or services? And that also receives a 1. Yes, they created Prozac, Obviously, the patent has expired on that, but they still have that brand. They also created Cialis. The patent has also expired on Cialis, but they also have that brand, you know. So pretty much when I punch the numbers in to my little buy sheet right here, it pretty much gives me back a score of 12, which is definitely better than the bare minimum, which I require, of 8. So for me, the stock was a buy. And that's pretty much how I do my assessment, as far as, you know, like a quick assessment. Obviously, there are other things you could do. You could look at the PE ratio. You can, you know, you could read, you know, you could comb over the annual reports and the quarterly reports. But this is just a quick way for me to, you know, take, say, 30 minutes and research a stock before I go ahead and purchase. All right. So that's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching the video. Let me know what you think about this stock. Do you think it's a buy? Do you think it's a wait? You know, leave a comment in the description. If you found the information presented today useful, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. It really helps me out a lot. And if you like the video, I make new videos every week, so go ahead and hit subscribe and also click on the notification bell. Thanks again for watching the video, guys. Y'all have a blessed day.